closed position hand and octave hand are the most common chord patterns, so it's important to remember them. Have you ever had an experience like this? You see the bass clef and think, oh, that's C, D, E flat, F, G, B flat. And then you see the treble clef and wonder, what is this? Many people find it challenging to read both the treble clef and bass clef at the same time. First, we need to think about why sheet music makes us read both the treble clef and bass clef simultaneously. It would have been nice if everything was written in the treble clef, but let's see what happens if we create sheet music using only the treble clef. It becomes cluttered with many ledger lines and gets very complicated. Why is that? If we understand the piano as an instrument, it covers a wide range of notes compared to other instruments. For this reason, most piano sheet music has both the treble clef and bass clef, with the treble clef usually played by the right hand and the bass clef by the left hand. Not all sheet music follows this rule, but today we'll proceed with the understanding that the treble clef is for the right hand and the bass clef is for the left hand. So then, how can we read these two clefs simultaneously with ease? First, it's important to understand how music is structured. Our ears are more sensitive to higher pitches, and most melodies are played by the right hand. If it was upside down, it would sound like this. So, what about the left hand? The left hand usually provides accompaniment. Accompaniment refers to a part that supports or complements the main melody. In other words, it backs up the melody. The treble clef, which covers the higher register, usually handles the melody, while the bass clef, which covers the lower register, generally handles the accompaniment. Now that we know the right hand plays the melody and the left hand plays the accompaniment, how should we approach reading the sheet music? Typically, accompaniment is accompanied by chords, which are a type of harmony. You've probably heard the term chord accompaniment before. A chord is a combination of multiple notes played simultaneously to create a harmonious sound like this. If you just play C, it's very simple. But when multiple notes are played together, you hear a more harmonious sound like that. You may have noticed that when multiple people sing together, the sound is much richer and more harmonious than when someone sings alone. Music often includes these chords that are played simultaneously. There are many types of chords. Sad chords, very straightforward chords, and pretty chords. But you don't need to worry about learning all these chord types right now. Don't worry about it. Today, just remember the concept of clusters. Most chords are played in 2 beats. Sometimes chords are played all at once like this. But other times, they are broken down into individual notes like this. So, when the notes are spread out like this, practice recognizing and playing them as a cluster simultaneously. By recognizing them as a group and practice them, you'll find it easier to play even when the notes are broken down. When you look closely at chords, you'll notice they follow certain patterns. Did you catch that? You're probably playing chords using the closed position hand. This is because the most basic chord is a triad, which is built by stacking thirds and fifths. Watch this. Before forming the closed position hand, start by pressing this note with your pinky finger. Then form the closed position hand like this. So, from this note, count up a third, 1, 2, 3, and then a fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this chord in bass clef, you only need to focus on this one note. Because once you press the note with your fifth finger, you can then form the closed position hand. If a flat appears occasionally, just adjust by flattening the appropriate note, like this. Here, in the closed position hand, we have an E flat and a B flat. The right hand takes care of the melody, while the left hand forms the closed position hand, allowing you to play the sheet music simultaneously, like this. Closed position hand. This one a little bit different. Closed position hand again. Sometimes this chord pattern changes to this pattern. When the chord pattern changes like this, you switch from the closed position hand to the octave hand. An octave means playing the same note at a higher or lower register, like this. E flat is here and it's also here. The interval between these notes is called an octave. So, extend your hand to play the octave and then gently place your second finger down like this. This forms the octave hand with a second finger like this. Since closed, position hand and octave hand are the most common chord pattern, I hope you remember them well. Returning to the right hand, it primarily handles the melody, but sometimes it also supports with chords. In these cases, remember the melody first and then fill in the harmony underneath. There are also specific patterns for the right hand. If you want to learn how to read and play right hand sheet music directly, please refer to the next video. Thank you. I'll see you next time.